Yeah, hello everybody. How are you? Yeah, hello. Yep. So, yeah, today I happen to be my first live video, and basically doing a book review. Uh, the book is titled "Why You Work the Way You Do" by Tim Lahaye. Yeah, it's a very fundamental book. Understanding, yeah, why you do the things we do, why do you act the way you do? Why does someone act the way they act? Sometimes you usually interact with people and you wonder, hey, why is this guy or this lady behaving this way? Yeah. So this book basically explains why we act the way you do on the basis of our personalities. I'm sure by now we understand the basic categorization of personalities. One is either predominantly extroverted or introverted, even though right now we usually have those who say they're ambivert. Yeah, a blend of introverts stroke extroverts. hmm Yeah, the ambivert factor comes when we blend the predominant extroverted personalities and the predominant introverted personalities. Yeah, so from the basic categorization, you have extroversion or introversion. Then we now narrow down to the four personalities. That is either sanguine, choleric, melancholic, phlegmatic. So for the extroverted personality, we have the sanguine and the choleric. For the introverted personality, we have the melancholic and phlegmatic. So I'm sure by now, basically, as we grow, we usually tend to understand why we do the things we do, and ourselves, we try out everything here and there. We usually uh, get to that point where we understand that we are either extroverted or introverted. I'm sure by now you know either whether you are an extrovert or an introvert. Yeah, but now we usually we have more narrowing down to 16 sub personalities on the basis of the two, on the basis of the four. That is the sanguine, choleric, melancholic, and phlegmatic. So on these two personalities, the sanguine is the most extroverted in the extrovert personality, and when it comes to the the, the introverted personality, the melancholic is there at the end. Even though sometimes they usually say diplomatic because they are passive, they're just themselves well calculated. They're not in a hurry to participate in any activity. Yeah. So from the two personalities, the two the two what two the two the two what can I say the two the two divisions of how we are brought up here, the extroversion or introversion, we can now narrow down to the extroverted personalities, sanguine and the choleric. Yeah, the sanguine, this is the person. Mm. They're usually there. The people person. Everywhere you go, have you ever been maybe in a gathering? Then you have this person who is just for the people, happy with the people, happy go lucky, very talkative. Yeah, that's sanguine for you. Then I'm sure you have bumped into places where you have organizations, the natural leaders. I'm talking about the natural leaders. These are the cholerics. Yeah, the people who are able to lead people. Yeah, they are just natural born natural leaders. You usually have this debate whether a leader is born or made. Yeah, but if you go to that aspect where you have the natural born leaders, that's a choleric for you. Then the melancholics, these are the very analytical. These analytical people, deep, usually tend to go to the arts. Those are the melancholics. Then you have these people in your group. I'm sure you have that one friend, the cool, calm, collected, have a, yeah, maybe if I can say in Swahili, Hana Mastery Mob. Yeah, they're just there. That is a phlegmatic for you. They usually require someone to push them into action. That's a phlegmatics. They're just naturally passive. They lack that motivation to pursue an activity. Yeah, that's a phlegmatic for you. Yeah. So in this book that I'm reviewing, How You Act the Way You Do, yeah, Tim Lahaye helps us understand the basic personalities. Yeah, the first chapter basically he investigates temperament and everything. Yeah, and he explains that temperament influences everything we do. Yeah. Oh, here and I can see you. Long time. Welcome. So temperament influences everything you do. Yeah. For example, temperament eating habits. Yeah. Uh, you can actually look at the way someone eats, yeah, the eating pattern of someone, and you can tell their personality, even though it's not a basic way of just categorizing someone to the personality, but it gives you a hint into the personality of this being. For example, yeah, sanguines eat everything in sight. You know, these people who just when the menu comes, they can eat anything. Yeah, that's a sanguine for you. Collects, these are the stereotype eaters. They divide their menu from one day to the next. Today they can feel like eating chapati ndengu. Tomorrow they can feel like eating chicken breast. Another day they can feel like snacking. Yeah, basically eating the chips and soda. Yeah, that's a choleric for you. The person who is ever changing in their eating habits. Then the melancholics. Yeah, when you bring the menu, they're very picky. Yeah, sometimes they can say, I'm watching my waist or anything. Yeah, that's a melancholy for you. Yeah, it takes them forever to make up their minds about what to order. I'm sure when you're going to some place with your friends hanging out, yeah, then the menu passes and you're told, yeah, select your meal. It's gonna be paid. Yeah, the melancholy is the one who usually takes time, takes time. Yeah, they don't even know. They can even ask you to pick for them what they can check what you're eating and they later come here. Yeah, it's a melancholic for you. Then when the food comes for the melancholic, yeah, they enjoy every bit of it. Every bit, every bite, yeah, every swallowing, yeah, they enjoy. You know, they savor the taste of everything and they saw every bite. Then the phlegmatics, these are the most deliberate. Yeah, they know what they want. When they go to this particular hotel, they know what they want. Yeah. And they're also the last ones to eat, to clear their plate. I'm sure you have friends such as those. Yeah, you just eat and they're the last ones to clear their plate. Even though they picked this meal and they knew they're going to eat this meal, yeah, they're the last ones to clear their plate. That can tell you that your friends are phlegmatic. Then temperament and driving skills. There's also the temperament and the way you shop. Temperament and how someone tends to their yard, the backyard of their compound. Yeah, temperament and study habits. Yeah, temperament and handwriting, communication skills. Maybe if I can check the study habits. Yeah, melancholies. These are the good students who enjoy learning. Yeah, they're natural learners. Yeah, and they also have inquisitive minds. I'm sure in a class setup, usually have those people. Yeah, you can call them the choppies, the ones who usually the ones who usually tended to probe the teacher so much. Mm? And if taught to read well, will have a ferocious appetite for books. Yeah, if they're taught this is the way you should go, yeah, they're the ones who follow a certain course and till the end in learning. Then they are blessed with keen retentive minds that enable them to remember a multitude of details. You know those people who said it may be these subjects that require you to recall the history, geography, basically the humanities, or even the arts, the English, Swahili, recalling those set books and everything. Yeah, the ones who used to excel in such an aspect. Yeah, these were the melancholies for you. Yeah, as they are also good spellers. Yeah, you know the spelling checks, the spelling bee, spelling puzzles. The ones who usually get the answers right. These are the melancholies. Yeah. Even though if you check their desks or the way they organize their desks, yeah, they are messy everywhere. Then the phlegmatics. One thing about phlegmatics, they're just there, but they require this push for them to get into action. So phlegmatics can be good students. These are the ones who procrastinate. Yeah, they know they have to study, but they're just there. No hurry, no hurry. It's like they're like the African timers. No hurry in Africa. So they're just there until maybe towards the end. That's when they spring into action, and they're usually good with the working under pressure. So if you have anybody around you who is good in working under pressure, that's a phlegmatic for you. So they need a series of short-term assignments rather than long-term projects. I'm sure back in campus, maybe you used to be given assignments. Maybe 2 weeks from now, you expect you to clear your assignment. Yeah, the ones who usually like to do it that morning, shortly before handing in the assignment. Those are the phlegmatics for you. The ones who wait till the end to spring into action. Yeah, those are the phlegmatics. Paul, how are you? It's been a minute. Yeah. So the phlegmatics, they need short-term assignments rather than long-term projects. You know, sometimes we have these lecturers who used to give they used to give a term paper. A term paper, basically, this is the one that you can do it in maybe 10 weeks. Yeah, you know, a semester in campus is about 16 weeks, if I'm not wrong. So maybe you're given a term paper in week 3 and it's expected to be handed in week 14. So the ones who used to wait till the end, yeah, those are the phlegmatics for you. Yeah. But those who used to do it and maybe by week 6 they are done, yeah, those are the very active students, the melancholics. Flags will usually claim that they are good working under pressure, even though they are not. Yes, they are good working under pressure, but they will claim they are not good working under pressure. Then we have the cholerics. They are clever as a rule, but they are not brilliant. They usually go for people-oriented subjects such as history, geography, literature, and psychology. They may be good spellers because they skim over things so quickly. I'm sure you have these friends, yeah, who don't like maybe details. They just want to peruse, check the last statement, and maybe approve a certain assignment or certain anything. Yeah, that's a choleric for you. And they're the ones who ask why. Sometimes maybe a teacher is explaining a concept, then they're just like, why? Yeah, they're so overwhelmed with the question of the why. And they love charts, diagrams, and graphs. Yeah, I'm sure you have these friends among you, maybe if you can remember during your studies, the ones who used to like graph works, charts. Yeah, you give them a question requiring a chart, yeah, they give you a full score. Yeah, those were the cholerics for you. And one of their weaknesses, they have difficulty in concentrating. And yeah, they have a difficult time concentrating on anything that reminds them of other goals or projects that get minds off on a tangent, and then they may have a difficult time getting back to the subject at hand. Yeah, I'm sure maybe you can be in pursuit of 2 or 3 goals, then you know there's a certain goal you're supposed to accomplish, yet you have something at hand. So for a choleric, they're usually disturbed, they're not consistent. They usually lack that concentration to concentrate on subject matter at hand. Yeah, they think of another thing vis-a-vis what they're working here, and they get distracted. Yeah, those are the cholerics. Then for sanguines, these are not the usually good students unless they have a high IQ, and they can be if they are motivated to be good students because they are often bright enough, but they are very restless and undisciplined. So for a sanguine, the main challenge is to be disciplined in the pursuit of their studies. They have this great potential, but they have to be disciplined and be calm while studying. They have a short interest span. I'm sure, yeah, study habits, you can check students who they just pursue a particular subject shortly, then they lose interest. That's for you. These people have incredible potential, but usually squander it because they don't discipline themselves. Concentration for long periods of time is difficult for them. Yeah, I'm sure you usually have had these friends, you go to the library, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, concentrated, 15, 20. Then from there, they've given up, they start looking at pictures for books, or they start looking at maybe books that just excite them. Yeah, those are sanguines for you. Yeah, even though we are told that the approximated concentration time for a human being when they are learning a certain concept in a classroom setup is 32 minutes. That's why I usually had the primary school lessons set for 35 minutes, and in high school each lesson was 40 minutes, even though double lessons used to go for 80 minutes. So it was expected that the teacher delivers the concept by the first 40 minutes, then the other 40 minutes is now to engage the students. I don't know if your school applied that concept or not, but that is how those researchers who are really interested in learning behavior of students tell us. So we also have the communication skills and temperament, bill payment, child discipline. Yeah, there are many things that can help guide us to understand someone's temperament. Yeah, you can tell this one is a phlegmatic, but they do this and this. Maybe if I can check communication skills for a conclusion before the next time. Yeah, so communication skills and temperament. Thinking skills and communication skills are not based solely on the brain. They also involve temperament. Sanguines are intuitive speakers. Intuition, yeah, they speak out of intuition, and they are overly expressive and use exaggeration freely. For the cholerics, they are extroverted enough to speak freely, but usually are more deliberate than sanguines. For choleric, they will time their words before they speak. And the cholerics are debaters and arguers. No one can be more biting or sarcastic. So if you back in your high school days and maybe primary school days, if you had these people who are natural debaters, they could debate and give their points in a well-arranged manner. Yeah, natural debater. You can't win against them easily. Yeah, that is a choleric for you. Then the melancholists, they never start talking until they have thought out precisely what they want to say. They are thinking vis-a-vis the sanguines who use intuition. For a melancholy, they love to think fast before they say, and they also don't interrupt others. They don't like to interrupt, but once they get started, maybe the opportunity falls for them to speak. They go until they have unloaded the entire message. These are the thinkers who form everything in their mind. Yeah, they form an answer in their mind, or they form their point in their mind and deliver it to the full. Yeah, it's like they don't leave room for any questions or arguments. It's like they answer the question in their mind and also answer other possible questions. They give details in full once they get started. Then the phlegmatics they're the funniest when it comes to communication skills. They are quite quiet about everything and seldom enter into debates. They're just passive. They usually watch the three personalities debating. Them, they sit on the fence. And they seldom enter into debates or thrust themselves into conversations. They are just cool, calm, collected. In Swahili you say hawana story, wako tu hapo. Wataona nyi watatu, the three personalities talking, but for them they'll just be there. No interruption. Unless you ask them a question, and when you ask them the question, this is why you can now discover that they are indeed flags. They respond to the questions with wit and good humor, but rarely volunteer anything unless they are asked. It's until you place this until you call them into action, that is when they will act. Yeah, that's a phlegmatic for you. So that's just an introduction about how temperament influences everything you do. So as at now, we understand that you have two temperaments in the extroverted individual and two temperaments that define the introverted individual. So for extraversion, we have the sanguine and the choleric. Then for the introverted personality, we have these two temperaments, basically the melancholic and the phlegmatic. Yeah. So that was just an introduction. Yeah, so the book I'm reviewing is Tim Lahaye, Why You Act the Way You Do. Until next time, bye bye, cheers, enjoy.